Acquired by my friend Maydeen Day Candid Jewel. Join me on my journey as I embrace the culture of Ghana while exploring the globe candidly. Go ahead and hit the subscribe button and the notification bell so you'll always know when I upload. So it is 2022 and I just want to say welcome, and I'm so happy for those new subscribers, those new friends that are here to join us, those existing friends, those friends that have been around from the beginning. Thank you so much for, being patient with me, because this year I am definitely trying to be more consistent with YouTube. So if you have anything that you would like to know about my experiences that I've been having here in Ghana, any tips and tricks, for those people that are interested in moving as well, please go ahead and let me know in the comments, because I am an open book. Like I've already said before, I'm an open book, okay? But let's go ahead and get into this video. I want to talk about the cons, okay? There are so many cons when living in Ghana, and I feel like a lot of people do not talk about them. And my name is Candid Jewel, so I'm going to be straight cutthroat about the different cons that I have been through here in Ghana, okay? Straight cutthroat, no filter. So get comfortable, because I'm about to get candid. This list of cons is in no particular order. Some of them give me more of a headache than the others, but I definitely feel like this first one, which is traffic, is a nightmare. It is poorly constructed. There are so many people in Accra, and for there to be a major road and it only have one lane on each side, I don't get it. I just don't get it. So please be patient when you come here. Please know that when you are in traffic, people make their own rules, okay? And I don't feel like there's any repercussions. People will drive on the the side that people walk at. If you're in traffic and you're in a car accident, you're supposed to pull over that road. I don't know what that road is even called, but there's people that are there making their own lane to go around the main lane of traffic. It's really you can do what you want to do. Some people cut people off. It's just it is a whole nightmare when it comes to traffic. So again, please bear patience. Hopefully, something will happen eventually. Again, these are business opportunities, okay? Number two, everything is going to take time here in Ghana. Nothing is going to be easy. The process of doing things is not going to be easy. Whether it comes from, you trying to get your car maintained, from going to the bank and open a bank account, again, traffic, getting there. I mean, anything that you want done is going to take a process. Where I'm used to in the States, I'm used to going to the bank and opening a bank account and maybe taking 2 hours, if that, okay? Here in Ghana, it might take 3 days, okay? You're going to go to the bank. You're going to go ahead and tell me if you want to open a bank account. They're going to tell you that you need this, and this, right? But before you even get there, you're going to call them and find out, what documents do I need? 9 times out of 10, nobody's going to answer the phone. So when you go thinking that you have all the documents that you need, they're going to then tell you, well, for you to open a bank account, you'll need this paper, this paper, this paper, this paper. You just sat an hour and a half traffic to be told that you're not even prepared, okay? But had they answered the phone, it would have been okay. Then you're going to go ahead and leave and come back the next day, because it makes no sense for you to go back to come back again. You'll come back the next day, have the right paperwork, and they'll go ahead and take all your papers for you and say that they have to then give your papers, or they'll have to go ahead and take a form and, send it to another department that is outside of the building to go ahead and start processing your paperwork, and they'll call you in a couple of days. You might not get a phone call. It's things like that that just frustrate me with the country, because it's why are there not things in place? Why is there not a centralized place to get things done? If you are wanting to get an oil change, know that when you drop off your car in that morning, don't think you're going to get it back in 2 hours. It might be 3 days. It might be 2 days. It might be 5 days, because there's no sense of urgency at all. There's no sense of urgency. I definitely feel like money talks, and if you're needing that oil change, that day, you can definitely pay a little extra, let them know that you'll sort them out. But it's just very unfortunate that you have to do that to get things done here in a reasonable amount of time. Even with the bank, right? If you're going to the bank, definitely know that if you're wanting something to be done fast, anywhere in any industry, I definitely feel like you have to, wink and let them know that you'll sort them to get things done. I actually just went ahead and got a dresser made by a carpenter, and he told me it was gonna take him 2 weeks to get it made. is a very large dresser, and I definitely feel like it takes time, but I feel like 2 weeks just means that you want to take your time, right? You want to take your time, and there's no sense of urgency. But I had to go ahead and sort them out. I had to go ahead and pay them a little extra to, okay, well, if it's gonna take you 2 weeks, how about I pay you a little extra to get it done in a week? And it was done in a week. Very beautiful, but it's just very unfortunate that I'm having to do that to get things done in a reasonable amount of time. The third con, and I've mentioned this on my channel before, and this is probably the, well, this is not the top con. Well, let me say this. It's a con, period. It's a con. Definitely be aware of, you know, renting in Ghana. If you're renting in Ghana, just know that a lot of these landlords and these land owners are going to take an advance. And I definitely feel like it makes an inconvenience from somebody from the West that is used to paying rent month to month. You know, you pay a security deposit, you pay your monthly rent, you move in, and that's it. But here in Ghana, if you have not seen that video about the process of getting an apartment or renting an apartment or a house in Ghana, definitely check that out. Because here, you're going to be paying a year or 2 years in advance. Now, word on the street is it's illegal now. These owners are not, you know, following the rules here. It's going to be a year or 2 years in advance. That can definitely be a con again, because if you're from the West, you're used to, you know, paying rent month to month. Here in Ghana, they're requesting a year, and I definitely understand why they're doing it, because a lot of people, you know, they're getting paid once a month here in Ghana. So if they're going to go ahead and have a rental person in there, they want to make sure that they have all their money for a year, and then they leave you alone. Sometimes they leave you alone, right? But I definitely feel like you need to be prepared when moving here to Ghana, and just know that that's going to probably be your biggest expense when you're first moving here, is going to be paying that year or 2 years in advance. Now, you can find places that you'll pay monthly. A lot of those places are you know, furnished places, and you're going to be paying in dollars and not cities. A lot of those places are also going to be in one of the, you know, first class, top level neighborhoods like Cantonment, Labone, Chado, and sometimes East Legon as well. But you're looking at about $700 to upwards of $1,000, $1,500 per month that you're able to pay per month. But why come to Ghana and pay that? You know, I didn't come to Ghana to pay that, you know. But like, for instance, my place now that I moved into, it's a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom townhouse in East Legon, and I got very lucky, no, very fortunate and very blessed to be able to find this place. But I ended up paying $300 per month, but I had to pay a year's in advance. So 300 times 12 is whatever that is. I can't really remember what I paid for the year. Another con to be aware of. Now, again, it's not a con to me, but I definitely feel people's frustration, I guess, when it comes to cons, or when it comes to moving to Ghana, is the food, you know. Here in Ghana, they're not really big on American cuisines. There's not a lot of options for American cuisines or Western cuisines. You do have options like Burger King and Pizza Hut and Domino's, KFC and those things. You do have those options. But as far as like local dishes, there are, I mean, that's, you know, that's majority of what you would be eating, right? And a lot of Ghanaian dishes, it's starch based. It's starch based, whether it's fufu, which is actually pounded yam, or rice. But you're also gonna partner that with like soups and stews, and you're also gonna be using your hands. So that's definitely a part of the Ghanaian culture. So just be aware that, you know, you might not have access to a lot of African American or a lot of American cuisines or European cuisines here. Again, that's another business opportunity here in Ghana as well, because I do know that a lot of Ghanaians do like the American or Western culture, right? The Western foods and things like that. So that's definitely an opportunity here in Ghana that you could go ahead and start a business. But just know that that is going to be maybe a culture shock to you as well when you're coming here and everything is rice, everything is stew, everything is fufu, benku, you know. So definitely understand that that can be a con. It's not a con for me because I grew up eating African food, so it definitely wasn't, you know, a shocker to me. But again, I can understand those people that are not used to those types of food coming here and not, you know, not feeling that comfortable when it comes to it. So the respect for time is definitely lacking here. You know, you can ask somebody to meet you for a meeting at 11 o'clock for lunch, and they probably won't arrive there until 12:30, 1 o'clock. The whole time they're telling you that they're on their way, and a lot of time that they are. When you are planning meetings and things like that, just be very flexible and add about an hour and a half to your time to get there on time, right? So as far as traffic, a lot of people, I feel like they are late because of traffic, and I think that's understandable, again, because that's one of my cons is the traffic here. But I don't feel like people will leave in a reasonable amount of time to get to their meeting on time. It's very flexible here when it comes to time. It's not strict at all. I don't feel like I've met with anybody where if I was late, they were like, you know, mad at me or disappointed or looking at me any differently. I really try to be on time. I'd rather be waiting on the person than the person be waiting on me. But I don't feel like a lot of Ghanaians here in Ghana do that. I definitely feel like, you know, it is what it is. I'll get there when I get there, and I'll communicate with you on the way. A lot of times too, they'll go ahead and set a time, and you know, they'll cancel when you're already there. It'd be stuff like that that just makes me very upset. So definitely be aware of that. Power here in Ghana is not the most stable, right? And that goes along with, you know, I think they do have power issues. I think it's getting better, you know, than when I first moved here. And I also feel like it's the area as well that I'm in. The power's a lot better. But there are times where the power will go out, you know, about like 2 o'clock in the afternoon and won't come back on until 7 o'clock in the evening, you know, or it'll go off at 10 o'clock at night and won't come back on until 7 o'clock in the morning, you know. So that's definitely a con, so be aware of that. And a thing I would tell you to get as far as if you're moving here to Ghana would be a backup generator. I definitely feel like they're expensive. You can ship them from the States, but it's definitely a must if you are moving to Ghana and you feel like that might be an issue. Even if, like, say you're not living in Accra, you're living outside of Accra, one of the rural areas or one of the like mountain view areas, definitely keep in mind that power might be lacking, even water might be lacking on a more consistent basis than if you're living in Accra. Another con that I could definitely say that's probably on the top of my list is extortion. I hate being extorted, okay? Especially because I'm a foreigner, and with me living here, it kind of puts like a damper on it as well. Whether I'm at the market, I'm dealing with police, everybody is going to try to extort. They're going to try to, you know, increase their price, but I've learned how to negotiate, you know. I'm starting to learn the prices a little bit more, but that's definitely a con. So just know that when you come here, you're going to be looked at as a foreigner, you're going to be looked at as a tourist, regardless if you live here or not. Just know that you will be extorted, and just know how to handle it, you know your rights, because I feel like a lot of people here in Ghana don't know their rights. Know that the police shouldn't be asking you for no money, okay? Now you can give them some money for them not to give you a hard time, but just know that it's going to happen, you know. And that's definitely one of my cons. Even going to the market when they're charging me 100 cedis for some fabric when I know it's supposed to be 15, you know. So, you know, those are the kind of things. Living here in Ghana, I do love it. These cons that I mentioned are definitely frustrating, but I'm managing, I'm maintaining, and I'm getting through it. So those are just some of my cons. Those are not all of them. Those are just a couple of them that I felt like people don't really talk about too much. And I want people that are moving here to be aware of. If you are somewhere of the diaspora that has moved to Ghana, please tell me your cons in the comments. I will definitely meet you there, because I'm sure I have the same frustrations as well. If I forgot anything, also add that. You know, I love to hear other people's experiences here on my channel. I love to go back and forth with those people don't agree with me as well. You know, I'll go back and forth with you all day, okay? Please remember to create your own path and say it loud. Candid and proud.